welcome to Miss Martin Muses. Welcome to Miss Martin Muses, where we muse upon what makes me laugh, makes me cry, makes me happy, makes me sad, or just really ticks me off. And I think what Steve said just before we went live made me feel every single one of those emotions. Well, this is once again live from Plague Central, where the coronavirus never dies, apparently. And so uh, it I've decided to make this my official excuse. If I say anything ignorant today, I will blame it on the Rona. Oh gosh. Well, hello, Timon. Oh, Flip. Hello. He's saying hello to Rennie and Steeg. Oh, and I need to introduce my panel. All the way from a new adventure in matrimony. It is the one, the only princess, or should you be a queen now? Queen Rennie.
Good morning.
Rennie Markle.
Oh, don't. No.
No,
Fuck
sir.
that. Oh, now I've said my first F-bomb. There we go. I blame that completely on the virus. That's what coronavirus does to you.
Wouldn't you
messes
have
up your
cussed in
brain.
Chinese though?
That's true,
If
but
it
I don't
was.
know any in Chinese. So then people would think I was possessed because I'd be speaking a language I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Or they'd be like, "Oh, you making fun of Chinese people by
There
speaking
you, yeah.
Chinese?"
Actually, that's more likely what would happen.
Kind of like when you try to speak Norwegian.
Oh, hey, I own it. I can't. I know I can't. It is. Oh, actually, I should have started off the stream with nay. I don't know if I'm good at horse sounds, but no.
Well, if your throat hurts, your horse by default, right?
Ah ha 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 ha. Yeah. Well, and speaking of which, not horses rather, but just I needed a transition from the future, and a northern, very very cold place. It is the one, the only, the Viking himself, Stieg. Wait, Lord Steaglesby the Third.
Hello, how do you do, ladies?
Oh,
Doing well, sir. How's down and dandy?
how's your
I wouldn't know. I'm
great.
in Norway.
That's misleading with the title like that.
Yeah, well, and then he's sitting there drinking Earl Grey, aren't you?
No, Coca-Cola Zero.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can't levy that accusation on you today. Well, how's the future?
Covered in shitty snow.
Oh,
There's snow everywhere, and it's gonna turn into ice soon.
mm-hmm.
Oh,
Sludge
boy.
and crap. And I'll be grumpier. And also, Christmas is coming up. That
Oh.
makes me grumpy too.
Your favorite time of year, Steve.
Yeah.
Be honest.
Yes, screw Christmas. I hope
Well,
I hope all the kids in Norway gets a package of horse shit for their Christmas presents.
Did you see Anchorman 2 when he was telling his kid Ron Burgundy, "You have to drink all the horse piss"? He's like, "I don't want to drink the horse piss."
Oh,
It's kind of
no.
like you and the kids in Norway right now.
Hmm.
Wow, that's kind of harsh there, Stieg. Though, I mean, what'd the kids do to you?
Nothing. They just annoy me. They exist.
Okay. Oh,
I have to admit, quite a few things annoy me in life.
Really?
I'm not sure if you've noticed that, but
No.
yes.
well, I will be. You know what? We need to do a Festivus stream. I think that
Oh
would
my
be
gosh,
brilliant.
that would be so amazing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do that because people would cry because I only always sound like I mean it.
Well,
Time to air grievances, people.
yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't have any grievances against you two
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
currently.
Likewise.
Yeah. Well, wait, did you say currently?
Yeah, things may change.
I mean, you never know between now and Festivus.
Rennie might say something stupid that'll annoy me for the next 6 months. You know, you never know.
I thought I held grudges. Oh crap! Speaking of which, my mother wants me to.
Hold a grudge.
No. Um. Well, she's telling me bring some warm clothes. It's gonna be cold.
Yeah.
Wow.
Meanwhile, in Norway,
Yeah, I was gonna say what's cold in Florida is not. Well, that's why I'm so depressed because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go.
Did
Fucking
you see? I don't know about where you are, but in the south, it's gonna be pretty cold on Friday. So.
yeah, makes you
how.
wonder if they prepared this time.
Oh,
They probably
we say
didn't.
we prepare, but we don't in this area. So.
Yeah. Well, how cold's it supposed to be?
The low here is gonna be 10 degrees on Friday, and the high is 25.
Oh,
So
that is cold.
They're expecting some flurries or some ice, maybe a combo of both.
Oh
Yeah.
shite. We're
They're
all
like,
screwed.
oh my God, pray to the Lord. We pay taxes. We shouldn't get this cold.
People don't talk like that in
I
Yeah,
was
they're
gonna
like,
say.
how will I ever get to make pumpkin pie?
Notice you said that kind of like Cartman. Pumpkin pie.
Yeah, pumpkin pie. That's how you're supposed to say it.
Yeah, well, it is true. I mean, hey, I have relatives in Tennessee. Okay, yeah, that is how you say it. And well, if you've ever heard Maury with me on the triple review, she still has that Georgian accent going. So she says pumpkin pie like that as well. My mom's like, "Did you hear it's going to be cold?" Like, yes, you just told me. Oh gosh, Timon. Timon Flip says, for me, I swallowed a bunch of black pills this week. I'm just waiting for the end.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear. May the meteor come soon.
Imagine though if they weren't pills, they were black beans and he got diarrhea.
Oh, ain't that some shit?
Oh, yeah, literally. Oh, I got it, Rennie. That was a good one. Yeah, okay, but that just lost us a viewer. Okay, but that's
I'm
all
sorry.
right because today is the black pilled Elfstones of Shannara Corona Diary Virus. I hate the planet stream. But no, well, no, for reals. I have been thinking about doing a Festivus, but the rules, would have to be that you can't actually say like personal grievances. It would have to be general grievances or public figures.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because we don't want to
Well,
have.
the thing is, I have so many that I would just start talking, and it would be
Not
3 hours until anyone else gets to say anything.
Nah, I'd make you shut the F up. Hey, look, it's Timon's trying to claim that beans don't give you the runs.
Really? I guess it depends on the person.
I guess it was the onions then.
Oh, God.
Oh, I digress.
Oh, no. Well, I'm sorry, Timon. I've been following what's going on. I mean, I've just been dead. I mean,
Well, beans are full of fiber, so he's right.
yeah. Now, they will get things moving, but
Yeah, been there, done that.
On the other hand, I really have been feeling like I was really feeling bad for about 3 days, and now I'm just like in the aftershock. So but I have been seeing what you've been posting. I mean, like I said, that Brazil is just insane right now. And I don't know, I hope y'all get some sort of justice. I just don't know. And unless there's something else that's pissing you off. But I know it sucks down there, and then Brazil got knocked out by no, it wasn't Argentina. It was who knocked out Brazil?
Croatia.
Croatia. Okay, so at least it wasn't Argentina that knocked y'all out. And I'm assuming you're rooting for France. We are here in my family, but that's the other thing. I can't watch. I haven't been able to watch the football with my family, and now it looks like I'm not going to be able to watch the final. But okay, enough of. I know enough of feeling sorry for me. Now let's do it some more. No, well,
always a Christmas miracle, Teresa.
yeah, that's true. I'll go across the street and spray myself with holy water or something.
There you go.
Yeah, people will not be disturbed by that at all. So, well, before we do move on, we do have the newly married Rennie. How's marriage?
It's honestly great so far. Never thought I would want to enter into that situation again, but being with the right person is just
Yeah.
yeah, so much better. And yeah, so far we're having a blast. And yesterday we were like, can you believe it's already been a week? It's already been a week. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
So time flies when you're having fun, I guess. And yeah, it's been nothing but fun.
Yay.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Well,
And
thank you.
yeah, football. Oh, wait, Timon says football gets you pissed off for some days. Politics f's you forever. That's true.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
I really shouldn't get married because if there's a divorce, I would have to split my entire Star Wars EU collection with the bitch. You know, so
Now
I'd have to
you'll
start. I have to start collecting again.
Oh man.
now you'll be
Well,
fine. Just get a prenup.
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, and what would you do being with a chick who doesn't have her own EU collection? Come on.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good call out, Teresa.
Yeah.
There. I've solved your problem. You're welcome.
Mm.
Keck says howdy. Why howdy?
The howdy doody dandy.
Hey, hey, hey.
What the hell? Yeah, this is. If you're wondering if this is the lamest opening to an Elfstones of Shannara thing, it's because it is. Because I'm sick, and I'm not got control of this stream. We've already talked about diarrhea. Well, marriage. The marriage talk was kind of good. Football and politics and all that. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But
Well, change the subject then.
okay, I will. You see, listen to how he says it in such a mean tone of voice. Okay,
It's
here
not
we
me.
go.
It's straightforward and clear.
He's like, respect my authority.
Yeah, okay, all right. No, you're right. I'm getting there. I was getting there. I mean, usually we always like to have some banter. That was
It
just
is sardonicism expressed stoically.
you need to put that on your profile.
Okay, I will.
Yes. And on that note, no, you're right. I'm just gonna not lie. I did not make my own notes. I am completely ripping off notes from a website. So if you got a problem, I'll give you the website. I'm not going to give you all in the chat the website because I want to make it sound like I'm intelligent. But in any case, what chapter are we on? We're in chapter 28, right?
Mm-hmm.
All
Yes.
right. Okay. Well, I'm going to. So everything is this Egypt's fault. Right. So before we get going, though, what do you think about these overall chapters, Rennie?
I actually quite like them. Some unexpected stuff happened, but some things that were expected happened. But quite a bit of suspense and excitement. There were some frustrating things for me, and we'll go through that whenever we go through those chapters. But it's just kind of like how we've been talking about. It's just been this impending sense of doom, and it's like, man, these poor people can't catch a break.
No.
So
No.
that's kind of how I felt a lot. I'm like, oh no, not again.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's been intense, hasn't it?
Yeah. So it's been a little frustrating, but at the same time, it's it's been fun. It's just like, man, these poor guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked though the elf fighting the demons and all that. That was badass.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the free core showing its worth, man.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I told you were gonna like that Steve Jans guy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, I had that feeling that they were going to be more badass than they made them sound originally, and I was like, yes, they are. So
Brooks always delivers. If you're told someone's a badass, he is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it just made you kind of proud to be an elf, even if you weren't an elf. Where at least you know you're free, Um, and as you said, they showed their quality.
Exactly.
Okay, well, cool. Well, we've got some more people hopping in here. Let me see. It is Zach's hello. He says hello to Teresa, Stieg, and Rennie. Why, hello there. Welcome to
Hello.
the
Good morning.
welcome to the Corona edition of the Elfstones of Shannara. And Timon Flip says, I'm forming a 10 years plan. My goal is in goals to move to the US, probably Texas, maybe Florida. I'm done with this country. Well, except I don't know if America's going much better. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
Yeah, I said hi to
Wait and
Ken.
see what happens in 10 years.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, maybe we'll all be fleeing to Brazil. What do you think, Stieg?
Well, I'm having a lot of fun revisiting the book. Um, it's been a while since I read this one,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember scenes in broad strokes. The important scenes basically.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff in between was uh, felt new again. That
No.
one person hit by a rock, for example, I had forgotten about that,
Mm,
or whatever
yeah,
it was. Yeah, it was a
and some of the
club.
details. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, it's fun. I mean, that's what makes a good book. You can always revisit it.
And these books, I think, are very rereadable
Mm-hmm.
because it's one book, one story,
Yeah.
kind of. Even though they're linked a bit, you could easily start with book two in this series, and it wouldn't really matter.
Yeah. Even that's what those feckin' Egypts did with whatever they did.
Yeah, the TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, they messed up everything with that, from what I hear. Yeah. All right. Well.
Oh, they did. Oh,
Yeah.
really did.
I'm glad I didn't watch it.
Yeah. And um, I'm just trying to imagine them all in leather jackets or something doing all
They
of
look
these
like
things.
bikers.
Yeah. It's the Harley Davidson elves.
Yeah.
Well, BC, aka the new Dark Eclipse. Oh, are we having a dark eclipse? There you go. That's something for you to look forward to, Timon. We're gonna have a dark eclipse, so they're gonna have cataclysms. Hello, everyone. Hello there. Timon Flip says your states have some autonomy. Mine has none. No matter what happens, these states will never be red. Those states will never be red. Yeah. Well, they're working hard to change that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
True.
that's why they're doing all that open borders. And if you could see the hundreds of thousands that have just come in, it's just unbelievable. Just in 2 years, and what it's done to the face of stuff. Hello. Oh, look what BC says. This is great news. See, Steve, this will make you feel better about Christmas. Zach Smith muses everyone. All of you are on Santa's nice list.
Yay.
Yay.
Really?
That's what he said. Are you going to contradict him?
Just wondering if Helen Keller is his secretary.
Oh, dang. Did you ever see that episode of South Park with the Helen Keller musical for Thanksgiving that they did?
Oh no.
It was
No,
so
that's
good.
terrible. I'm assuming a lot of blind jokes.
Yes and no. So it's actually one of the funniest episodes ever, but it's one of the old ones from like season 4. It's really funny.
We are actually only 7 days away from Christmas, because Christmas Day isn't anything really in Norway. It's Christmas Eve. That's the big one.
Mm. Yeah, that's when all the misery is, and then you get to have fun on the first day.
Yeah, in my case, sleep.
Well, it's still yet to be seen what the hell I'm going to be doing. Timon Flip says, all I want for Christmas is a few pinpointed deletions. Holy crap. You are black pilled. You're usually so nice, Timon. Oh my gosh.
I don't know about deletions. I'm thinking more like explosions.
Oh, oh gosh. I shouldn't be laughing about murder. Murder's bad. That's the official position on Miss Martin Muses. And anything that I've done or said is the fever delirium of the virus. Oh, look who's here. It is Jacob Ironside. Hello, Teresa, Rennie, and Stieg. Sorry, I'm
Hello,
late.
Jacob.
Yeah. Hey, no worries, no worries. Hey, did you make a snowman next to Stieg? Is that a snowman?
Yes.
Look, that's so cute, Stieg.
Yeah, he thinks I'm a humanoid with no penis. Thank you, Jacob.
Okay, BC, aka the New Dark Eclipse says, good boys and girls like you deserve all the gifts and presents under the tree. There
Thank
you
you.
go. Yeah. Well, you might get a few cool things, Stieg. Here we go. In chapter 28, the elves begin their march to meet the demons. Okay, yeah, I think I've already said that I'm cheating here. And then it says Elanon thinks it might be a trap since they obviously have a spy in the cancel. Oh yeah, and I loved this when this happened that Steve Jans is also called Iron Man.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Was I the only one who imagined him flying through the air?
No.
Okay.
I pictured him also doing the whole "I am Iron Man" like Ozzy Osbourne did in that song, and then flying off to rescue or to defeat the other army.
Yeah. Before usually I'll wait until we're done a little more with the chapter, but Jacob's explaining to you, Stieg, that Snowman has a carrot. So.
And Teresa's little horse. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. It was right there.
Yeah, I'm a horse.
Oh, come on. That was a good one.
It was a good one. It was, Stieg. It was perfectly timed. You see, here at Miss Martin Muses, nothing we say is irrelevant. We tie it all in.
Sexual harassment is free for all.
See, Stieg is in the Christmas spirit.
Yes.
Yep. But, so they kind of foreshadow that Steve Jans was the last standing, is like the dude who's like always the last standing survivor and still fighting when found.
Yeah, there was a story about him. He had been part of a troop or something that fought gnomes. Mm-hmm. And they got completely overwhelmed for days or something, and everyone died except Steve Jans. Yeah. And he was a teenager at the time. He kept winning ever since.
Huh? Well, there you go. That's definitely a guy you want to have on your side.
Which is also one of the short stories that Brooks wrote. If you want to read the origin of Steve Jans, there's a short story.
Hey, that's cool. Well, let's do that. Okay, so that's all I have in this cheated summary here. Is there anything else that happened in this chapter that some of you might want to bring up? It's kind of a setup.
I feel like it was just a foreshadowing chapter. So I mean, there's not a whole lot that you can say about
it. they just left and they fleshed out Steve Jans a bit.
Yeah. Good. So I'm faking really well today.
And he fleshed him out beforehand. Good writing, instead of just doing it afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, this guy kicked so much ass because, right? Instead of telling him, this guy's a badass, and then show him kick ass. That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Instead of retroactively giving the character abilities.
Because didn't it say something about, I think like one of his ears is kind of like chopped up a little bit, or kind of, it got hacked off a little bit.
I think it was completely hacked off.
And so he sustained injuries, but he still comes out on top because he's kicking ass. So I like it.
Because he is Iron Man.
That's right. Steve Jans, the Iron Man.
I love it. I love it. If I had, well, never mind. I can't draw, so it doesn't matter. All right, so we go on to chapter 29. The elven armies are marching forward, and they go to the place where they think that where the elven army is, based on what the Elchris had told Alanon at the meeting. And then Eventine is thinking of Amberly and Will. Alanon tells the king that Amberly is still alive. When he is asked how he knows, Alanon admit it's what he thinks, not what he knows. And I'm like, aren't you a good guy to cheer us up?
Yeah.
I mean, I like Alanon, but he can kind of suck sometimes. Let's see.
Oh, you want to hear something really fun?
Sure.
In the Shannara show,
Uh-oh.
they left Steve Jans out. He wasn't even in it.
Why?
Don't know.
Did they replace him or just not even have a character?
They
do
didn't
that?
even have him.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah, and this was a part when I was reading I was reading this, I think, on Wednesday, that they haven't since them used the stones. And I think they're Alanon is interpreting that could be a positive thing. But we know that it is a negative thing because he tried, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
So it says, well, if they were in any trouble, you would have used the stones. Yeah. And it's like, well, and then it just made me think about that. Oh, those terrible scenes where the guy who I thought was cool died, and the wind did it, and all of that. Like all of their bodyguards are dead. And how Will was feeling about it failing. Let me see something. Oh yeah, and then once again they're talking about Alanon being a keeper of information, and Ander is not satisfied. So I'm starting to get a little sick of that, frankly. It's like, okay, we know he doesn't give out information the way he should. We know that he has a reason. I think, are they just wanting to have another character doubt Alanon so that later they can trust him? I mean, what do you think's going on there?
I think it was done naturally because just because Will had doubts and questions doesn't mean Anders shouldn't.
No, but you know what I mean. I'm just like getting a little.
Yeah.
But you're right. Okay. Logically within the story, it makes sense. I'm going to be a little cranky and I'm going to call it out. If in the third book, Alanon gets some information that he can't tell everyone the full details, I'm going to be like, okay, come on.
Yeah, that is that has been a bit of. Sorry.
I think probably a little bit, but there's definitely doubting again. But I think you're gonna like the person doubting.
Okay.
Because I do agree with keeping the reader in a bit of mystery because you don't want the whole story and everything given away at the beginning. But I do agree with Teresa that sometimes it's just like, oh, here we go again with Alanon being like, no, I can't tell you everything, but I can give you this teeny bit of information. It's like
the thing is, like in the last book, it makes sense in the end that he held back stuff.
Yeah,
it really makes sense.
Well, and I'm not saying that I don't deny that it has internal logic. I'm just saying come up with another thing to unify or to keep us guessing. I'm telling Terry Brooks to do his job.
Yeah, I think I think maybe you'll forgive it in the end of this book.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Like last time.
Yeah. Well, hey, I went through it once. I'm just saying I'm going through it twice, and
yeah, I know. It's repetitive.
Yeah, and I don't know how happy I'll be to do it a third time.
It's
You'll
not
be
as
like,
much.
I can see you like Kirk in Star Trek 2 with Khan, but it'll be Al-Anon.
Do you want a little appetizer for book 3?
Sure.
Okay.
Al-Anon isn't the last druid. There's another one.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Thank you for the spoiler.
All right,
No.
Steve. What's your address again? I'm gonna come over and cut you.
No. What? I asked. You said yes.
I know.
You said you didn't say a spoiler.
Well, it's not a big spoiler.
Okay, and I'm sorry if I'm sounding mean.
No, it's
and
okay. I live in Norway. I'm used to it.
well, I'm cussing and I'm more than usual, and I'm trying to stop, but the coronavirus is killing me. Everything is going to be the coronavirus's fault for at least another week. All right. Well, cool. I think that's it for chapter 29, or at least that's the only notes that they did on chapter 29 in my summary.
Well, I think Ander mentioned that with the spy might have known their plans that they just made.
Oh, now was there? Let me look. I'm looking at my book here. Was there a little doggy around when that happened? Let me see.
Oh gosh, I can't remember on that one. But yeah, I don't want to say, but I do like what they did in towards the end of our little sector here. So
Uh-huh. Yeah. All right. Yeah, and then yeah, it just ends all puzzled. Let me see. Anything else? Nope. Okay, well, let's go on to chapter 30 at Stieg's favorite place. At the Whore Flats.
Oh yeah, that's where the flood of demonic stuff erupted.
All right.
Spilled out all over the whore flats. They tried to breach it, but didn't work. It's just too much to swallow.
Oh. No.
Oh gosh. I'm trying to be a good girl today. It's getting harder and harder.
Yeah, it's like on the whore flats, eh? That's gonna cost them.
Well, it did cost him. It did. It cost one his life. All right. So they're at the Whore Flats, and the foreboding, and it says here, a scream of demons twists up through the air, and the elves see the menace's numbers there to stand against. Now you're making me laugh at a battle where people are gonna die.
Oh, and they split the forces a bit because there was 3 possible places they might
Routes.
breach through. Basically, the 3 holes in the whore flats that they could breach. So they sent Pendannon and the cavalry towards the east, I think it was, or the west.
Yeah.
And yeah, Steve Jans and Ander and Eventide and everyone else basically holed up in a valley, and they were gonna fall back as they lost ground, basically.
Yeah.
Because the plan isn't to defeat the demons, because they can't.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to hold them back so they can't reach Orbelon and the tree. And Will and Amberly needs to do their stuff before everything goes to hell.
Yeah. And well said. And I remember it was an extremely well written battle. I mean, just the way that the elves were just really awesome. And was it Eventine got hit on Eventine went down, felled by a club thrown from a mass of attackers. So he got hit by a club before he got hit with an arrow. So man, it sucks to be him. And then
And Ander went batshit on the demons trying to kill him.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
I was so impressed with Ander and him stepping up like he did. I was like, oh my gosh, that
Yeah,
was pretty awesome.
he really stepped up in these chapters.
Yeah. I mean, he had to, but, you know, I think okay, why do I think it's comical? I'm just imagining the king, and then this club hits him in the head, and it goes boink.
He got hit by a club in the horror flats.
I mean, this is terrible. It's very serious, but I mean, but yeah, you're exactly right with a howl of rage because you know never. It's like we never saw from him that he wasn't a brave man, but it just was that just wasn't the role that had been painted for him to be this great warrior. Um, and I thought he did really, really well. And then Alanon tells him, "Grieve later, Elven Prince, for now you must command." So he's kind of like, "Okay, here you go. You're in charge now."
Yeah.
Um, and then speaking of the free people or whatever, the soldiers of the Free Court stand. Oh gosh, back surge the lancers and pikemen of the Elven phalanx. It's like
Well
what
said.
in the Horror Flats. We have the pikemen. We are the pikemen of the Elven phalanx. I'm like, did he really write that? Stegans appeared, red hair flying, a huge broadsword in his hands. Yeah, so that's some good stuff right there.
Yeah, I just picture him leaping to the lead and just taking out all these demonic figures. It's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then a dragon.
Yes, and if you remember, the main demon called some creature from the north early on.
Yes.
I'm
Mm.
thinking that's it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And dragons are bad versus armies on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't like dragons. We all learned that from House of the Dragon.
This dragon was stupid though. It had 6 legs.
Yeah, that
I
was
was
kind of weird to me.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, that's one stupid dragon. I hate it.
Okay. Well, I thought it was kind of cool, you know, and because it can run real fast, like on its 6 legs.
Yeah, but it has wings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you can run and fly.
that's true. Well, it's weird,
Six.
right?
It's
Because
still weird.
if it's 2 legs, it's supposedly a wyvern. 4 legs is a dragon. So what is 6 legs really? I don't know. It's just weird.
Centipede.
Dragon peed. Oh wait, that sounds weird.
Yeah.
A centigon.
Oh gosh. But anyways, Elenon goes up to the dragon and says, "You shall not pass." And the robes flew wide, and the lean arms lifted, hands extended toward the monster. No, he didn't say, "You shall not pass," just saying. So it was kind of badass. I mean, it does show how powerful Alanon is. That dude can take out a dragon demon thing.
Yeah, he basically dropped. Well, first he dropped a cliff on him after burning out one of its eyes.
Yeah.
Didn't quite work, and the dragon tried to get up to the cliff where Alanon was, I think, and
Yeah.
Alanon fucked him up and buried him under a pile of rock.
It was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. See, and you picture like dragons being pretty massive, right? Because they're big enough to where, like they can carry a human around and fly with them on their back or eat them or whatever. So, if Alanon took out this big, massive thing that breathes fire and can fly, that's pretty awesome.
And remember in the first book, he took out the thing in the Hall of the Kings.
Yeah.
the big
Oh, yeah.
worm thing in the lake.
Yeah.
So this is his second big kill.
Yeah.
Yay. Does he get an achievement for it?
A
Maybe
nice pat on the back.
Mhm.
he gets doubts and questions.
Yeah. That we always mention about. Well, I was just imagining on the Xbox, it goes ding. Oh, okay. Before we do move on, Rennie, is this fake news? You got married out in Outback?
That is fake news.
Okay. No, that actually would have been really funny. But
No.
I digress.
We did go there the other day for the first time together as a
Mhm.
joke. I was like, that's it. Because I did, he knows about Outback Steakhouse and kept saying, you can't bring me in there because I'm going to criticize everything that's wrong with it. But I was like, you know what? We're going to Outback for dinner and you're going to behave. And he actually really liked it. So,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
there you are. Yeah. So, now if you do you think if they didn't have the Elchris from or not the Elchris, the piece of wood that the Elchris gave Alanon, would they have been as successful? Well, relatively
No,
successful.
no, because they wouldn't be able to damage them.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I agree. I will say I did like the idea of it, I guess, weakening or breaking down that barrier of, being impenetrable for the demons. But I don't know why I initially pictured it being used more like a wizard's staff. So it was like, okay, that's interesting. So they don't really need to do anything with it. It just needs to be there in the hand of the king or prince.
Yeah,
But
it basically someone needs to hold up the talisman, and I'm thinking you get like an area effect
yeah,
that weakens the demons,
Yeah.
yeah,
something like that. Because the Elchris said it was a talisman.
Hmm.
yeah, that's true. I just, whenever I pictured it being a staff, I'm like, I want to see some Gandalf action from Al-Anon. And I was like, oh, that's right.
Uh-huh.
you know,
It was kind of very Moses-y because there was a battle. Was no, not Moses, or was it Aaron? Maybe it was Moses. One of those guys that he had to hold up this rod during a battle and stuff. So
Was it
it's
at Helm's Deep?
like
Because a lot of
well,
things
there
like
was
that
a
happened there. I
mountainside,
remember.
right? Because they were on the edge of a cliff or whatever. So Helm's Deep is on the side of a mountain.
Yeah.
well, but I don't think Moses was at Helm's Deep.
No, he wasn't in the Lord of the Rings at all. His power level is too high.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay.
Maybe he fucked up Numenor though. Who knows?
Oh well, it was water, wasn't it?
hmm
All right. So meanwhile, so now that we go into chapter 31, Ander is leading the army when he is approached and told that his brother has died in battle.
Oh, that broke my heart.
Mm-mm. Yeah, because they didn't get to reconcile.
Yeah, and it really broke Anders' heart that he never got to reconcile with his brother. And I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
don't want to cry. I told myself I wouldn't cry.
Yeah, he
Well,
goes,
So,
sorry.
that means Ander is effectively king at this point because it would have been Aryan
Yep.
who would
Yeah.
have been king, older
So
brother and all.
yeah, so it would be as though if Charles and William were down, then we'd have to accept Harry. Oh no, we
Yeah.
wouldn't. Yeah, not anymore though. I'm sorry, King George. It would be George, but still, yeah, you'd have the cuck in charge. But Ander is not a cuck. Um, and he
No.
goes, "My lord," and his voice broke, and it's like Ander knows when he hears that, and he goes, "Give me your message. I'm instructed to tell you that Prince Arian has fallen, my lord. He is dead." And he's like, "Dead? How can he be dead? He can't be dead." He said the battle standard fell, and when Prince Arian tried to recover it, the demons caught him. So it was like very heroic because when the battle standard is like a thing, it's like you shan't let it touch the ground, and also it can be very demoralizing. So holding up the banners what keeps people going in battle. And while he was trying to recover it, he died. So he also died very,
Heroically.
yeah. Oh gosh, and he's just so sad. He's like, "Do we have the body?" And it's like, "Yes, my lord." It's like, "I want it brought to me."
You know what, though? There's a lot to be said for how much Ander stepped up his game from, the way that he was painted to me at the beginning of the book
Mm-hmm.
versus how he took charge, became courageous, and showed lots of strength and courage to his people and just took the helm. And, there's a lot to be said for that. And I was really impressed with his actions. So.
Hmm. And then he did allow himself a good cry as well.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, and there's a little part here where, am I correct? Then Ander already knew that he would ask that command of the army be given to him. What's this about? Maybe I'm confused. Okay, so after that, Ander gives orders to fall back and regroup, but not all of them are happy with Ander's choices. When Ander is confronted, Alanon appears with Steed-Jans. Steed-Jans gives Ander a defense that will allow them to slow the army as much as they can hope to. Ander realizes that it was most likely not luck that Steed-Jans was there to give his input, but the foresight of Alanon.
Yeah, the one who is criticizing Ander though is General Pendanan,
Mm,
his dad's best friend, basically.
Yeah.
yeah.
Came
So
down
that
pretty hard on him.
Yeah, but he listened, and he listened to Steve Jans and approved of Steve Jans's plan, which is basically to have Steve Jans and his men be kind of like the rabbit that's being chased,
Yeah.
while the army will kind of like slap in from both sides
Well, and
once the demons are thinned out.
the thing that I don't think they really took into consideration before they kind of before I felt like Penniman was kind of jumping down Ander's throat is they didn't realize this. He's never been conditioned or trained for battle. Yes, he was a prince, but he was never going to be next in line to be king, so he wasn't conditioned to be so. But he did amazing for someone that doesn't really know their way around this kind of stuff.
Yeah, he basically listened
mhm.
to
Yeah.
people, and he stuck to the mission. It's not about winning. It's about delaying, which Pindanon didn't agree with, because he's general, in his eyes you're supposed to fight to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's not necessarily wrong either, but this isn't the usual army that they're fighting, though. It's almost unlimited.
Yeah. All bets are off, man.
Yeah. And they do it well, because the how do I say this? He doesn't do conflict just for the sake of conflict. And so when they're sitting there arguing back and forth, they do listen to each other, and you can tell that they still respect each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Pindanon might have been a bit antagonistic, but as soon as he was told the plan and how the plan was a fairly good one,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of tactics, he listened. Came around immediately, really. So
Yeah.
that means he's a good general.
Yeah. Well, and also remember, it's got to be hard for him to see his king and his commander, the one he's fought with, fall like that. So they're all kind of floundering. They.
Yeah, and Pendanon was in the first book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
as well,
Yeah.
fighting with the king.
So of course things are going to flare up, and when he does agree to it, he says that he admits grudgingly. He said, "If the rabbit is any good, that is." And then Steed-Jans replies, "The rabbit knows a few trick. That's why it's still alive after so many chases." All right.
He reminds me a bit of Handel from
Oh.
the first book.
Hmm.
Only Handel was a one man thing, arranger, but he was kind of like kept surviving as well until the end. But he was known for having outsmarted the gnomes
Yeah.
for decades, right?
Yeah. Well, there you are. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. And I just imagine all those big guys in there in the fight for their lives. They're not freaking around. Um, and it's hard to be in a battle where, well, no, we're not supposed to win. We're just supposed to keep fighting and buy time and hope enough of us don't die.
Yeah, it's eventually it's going to tire the mind because even if you're doing superbly,
Yeah.
uh, you're still not making progress.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, think about kind of almost a no man's land situation like World War One. It's like, yay, look, you did good. We didn't do anything. We got an inch. Yay. Okay, so I think that's pretty much chapter 32. No, that was 31. Chapter 32. Oh yeah, this was sad in chapter 32 when they did the funeral for himself. Whoops, that's 31. They just had to very quickly bury the crown prince essentially, and of course his brother, and they couldn't even give a marker because they said that maybe the demons would then know and they would do something like they desecrate the body. So
Yeah.
that was really sad.
Yeah, they could always go back though
Yeah.
if things goes okay, but and like an hour or so after the burial, the demons attacked again.
Yeah. And then they effed around with them because then they went away. Yes, it's like they're like, why are they going? And then they came back at another time where they didn't expect them to. So I think is this a tactic of the demons or is it just something that's just
Oh, they tried attacking right away, and then afterwards they attack at night
hmm
because demons see well at night, and the elves don't
yeah.
until Alanon did something smart.
Hmm.
Oh, and Ander sent out scouts to check the western area because they hadn't seen the main demon yet, so he was getting suspicious, right?
Yeah, Dagobor.
The Dagdamor, no Dagdamar.
Yeah. I like it in many of these battles. It talks about how the cavalry. I just love the elven cavalry. I think they're awesome.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. That and then after one of the battles, I thought this was a cool moment. I'm reading here from the book. At the head of the draw, Ander found Kale Pendannon and impulsively hugged the veteran soldier to him. Because they realized they were still alive. Cries of elation rose from the throats of their countrymen, and Steejans rode in at the head of the Free Corps, and the bordermen joined the elves, lands raised in salute, and the roar of victory swelled and echoed. But it was like just a temporary one. Like that's what you just described. And then because Eleanor's like, we can't find Dagda Moore, but I wanted to point out that there was that cool moment where they fought together and became, they were already brothers, but now they're like, that Ander and Pindamon had that moment because I think they needed to have a moment of reconciliation after their fight, even though they kind of agreed with each other. The fact that they hugged and then everyone cheered.
Well, and I think it's pretty amazing that, yeah, without the free core, I don't know if they could have made it as long as they made it.
No, they would have been toast.
Yeah.
And yeah, and this wasn't really the free core either. It was yes, it's the free core, which is basically the expendables of the Border Legion.
Yeah.
So it's the probably the best of the best, kind of.
Yeah, but they didn't make it sound that way originally, right? And as small of an army as the Free Corps is, they really held their own. I was really impressed, and I was like, okay, really hope this is how they're going to be, but maybe they're just kind of, making me hope this and it's not going to happen. But yeah, they were really awesome in battle.
Yeah. And no, with some unfortunate language, every time it says the elven phalanx began to phalanx began to give, felling back, and or it made another attack. I just have this image here. I don't know because I'm so immature, but yeah, because when they decide to fight again at night, and I believe this is when we lose Pendamin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to make the armies be able to see, Alanon threw up some dust thing that basically created some kind of starlight effect.
Yeah.
And that turned the tide.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pendanon, his horse fell, I think, and then they
he
basically
fell.
swarmed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hated that.
But think of it though, Ander didn't get to reconcile with his brother, but he did with Pendanon.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, and I'm just looking at this paragraph. Oh yeah, so we lost. But I mean, it's good that he can make us feel this kind of emotion for a secondary character.
Yeah, this is the kind of the second character from the first book that has passed away, and this kind of, because we were told Balinor was dead.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at something happy here. I wanted to read from the paragraph when the Sea Jans and the Free Horde kind of come in.
The free what?
Oh, did I say the Free?
The Free Whore that's supposed to fight the Dagda Whore.
It's like, wait, what?
At the Whore Flats with the pole arms.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yes, I wanted to read you this inspirational passage. Okay. And wait, is that someone at the door?
Yeah, I guess so. And
okay.
I'm all the way on the third floor, so
okay.
Get it.
No, you don't have to. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's see. So it says the Free Corps. Stee Yans at their head, red hair flying, one hand gripping the great broadsword, the other the Free Corps standard of battle. I mean, look at that image. Alone against a handful of hundreds, the Free Corps was attacking. And at once the elven priest seized the reins of a riderless horse, mounted, then spurned his animal ahead, crying out to his countrymen. As the elves rallied to him, he rode into the ranks of demons. Damn. See, that's very inspiring. I mean,
no fear, man. No
yeah.
fear.
And it rallied their courage, and just the way, come on, look at Ander. He's like, I'm gonna fight. Oh, I need a horse. Oh, damn, here's a horse. I'm just gonna jump on it and go fight. It's like, it's badass. And then he makes him the head of the armed forces.
Steve Jans gets Pendanon's job, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was amazing. I was like, yay!
Yeah. It was sweet. I mean, bittersweet because it came at the after the death of Pendamin. There it is. Yeah.
Brooks is really good at. Mostly his books are pretty grim, but he always sneaks in a little hero moment here and
Mhm.
there, you know,
Yeah.
and it's always earned.
Yeah.
Book book one had a lot of that too, you know, when especially with the troll Kelset,
Yeah.
you know, he was really given opportunities to shine several times.
Man, that broke my heart when he died at the end. I hated that. He was very
You
courageous and yeah.
you were as crushed as he was.
Pretty much.
Uh, oh gosh. Okay, yeah, and Land Shark is behind the door ready. Candy Graham. Yeah, and Jacob points out that they didn't get his body. Going back to Sindamin, um, I mean Pendamin, that uh was he gets ripped apart. Poor old fella. Yeah, that went down
Yeah.
like a boss.
Not really. His
Well,
horse fell and he got ripped apart. He didn't get to do much.
I'm trying to say at least he was. I imagine he was trying to fight the demons when he was going down.
Yeah. There you go.
It's my story. No, it's not my story. Never mind. But
Headcanon.
thank you, headcanon. And then they realize the reason they haven't been seeing the other dudes is because they're the demons are planning. They're not. He says like they're not going to attack us here again. That they sent trackers north and south. You talked about that, Steeg. Those who went south along, they found nothing. But those who went north encountered an army of demons so massive as to dwarf that which battles us here. It comes south along. Already it would have entered the Sarandanon. So they realized they not that
If Ander hadn't sent the scouts, they would have been flanked by that one, and it would have been game over.
yeah, they would have all been dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, is there nothing we can do? The army that comes down to the north contains demons who powers or far exceed anything you have yet encountered. So that was a very sobering moment for me because I realized, well, fuck my life. These weren't the strongest demons they had that they'd been fighting.
Nope.
And he says if you stay, you're gonna fall. And then he's like, well, then the Sarandanon is lost. And Alanon nodded slowly.
Oh, and Alanon was starting to look sickly and older due
Mm,
to use of magic. So
yeah.
magic has a price. You can't just toss fireballs willy nilly.
Yeah.
It he said it heals a bit with rest, which is the druid sleep
Mm-hmm.
that he's been using between the books. But he the batteries are less and less with age and use, right?
Yeah. Well, and when you do the druid sleep, you have to be gone for like 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else here? Um.
Yeah, it's just awesome chapters. I think
Yeah.
the battle stuff and this one is a little bit better than in the previous book.
Oh yes.
Not that they were bad. The Battle of Tursis
Mm-hmm.
in the previous book was pretty awesome, but this one is it's better.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more intense, especially since characters keep croaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just really get the feeling of how desperate it all is, and it's only luck that kept him alive, for lack
Yeah,
of a better word.
luck and good decisions
Mm-hmm.
by Ander actually.
Yeah. Which says something about who would you rather have, a soldier or a thoughtful person, but and Anders a bit of both.
Yeah, and makes you think if you compare Ander to what he is now to what Eventide was in the previous book, they're starting to become rather similar.
Mm.
Yeah.
So maybe Ander was the son that was the most like the king all along.
I think so, because he
Yeah.
sounds more like Eventide from the first book to me.
Hmm. Yeah. And maybe Eventide couldn't see it because they were kind of in peacetime. It was
Yeah.
he just had his eldest son. There was no reason to think otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other one was better at, well, gymnastics, basically. You know,
Yeah.
he was more of a natural fighter and all that. But Ander has not, uh, he has not done poorly. And I think it speaks to the quality of the writer when a lot of secondary characters and stuff have more, they have layers,
Hmm.
and there's stuff in between the lines a bit, you know.
Yeah, and they don't have to spell it all out either.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a sign of good writing. Well, and just the way that you can just see these battle. I could just see it inside my head what he was describing. Tolkien obviously was very good at that, but is that same kind of skill.
Yeah.
So yay! All right, and then as they're leaving for Aberlon, we go back to Will and Amberly. They come across a town and
Well, before that though, when they're traveling to that town, there's all kinds of creatures around,
oh yeah,
and mist and darkness and creatures. And at one point, that was rather eerie. They spotted two short creatures standing on the road ahead of them, just staring at them. And then they walked off. So if you think about that, if you've just seen that, do you keep walking down that road, knowing those creatures might be in the ditch next to the road waiting for you?
Not me.
no. Well, but they had no choice.
No, still, it's kind of a
Eerie.
good way to foreshadow the area,
Mm,
and set the mood, I guess.
yeah, and anytime they came across any other travelers, they like no one would look at each other, or they all had their head down, were moving fast, and
And I think they heard like a weird roar or something,
hmm
and because this is just bog and forest and mist, you know,
yeah,
and they have that shit town that's known for, it's basically, the Moss Eisley, uh, but R-rated.
yeah, a hive of scum and villainy.
Yeah,
Yeah, cat things sleek and quick as they stalk the treeways on silent paths. Yeah, all sorts of stuff.
yeah, and it reads like a horror book.
Hmm.
This bit of the chapter.
Yeah, I agree with that. Very suspenseful and eerie.
Yeah, and then they get into this crappy town, and they get to an
Grimpen Ward,
yeah.
I think it was called.
What a name.
Should have removed the R. It was gimping.
No.
Gimpen Ward.
Uh, well,
Break a leg. No, just
it,
kidding.
ha 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 ha. Hey, look, Tyron's here. Um, well, did I say it right? By the way.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Hey, I have something to say to Tyron.
Uh
Uh
Congratulations with the marriage to both
oh.
of you. You're both good people and deserve all the best.
Oh, that's so sweet, Steve. I'm gonna cry. Thank you.
Just stop crying.
oh. Aw, that's so sweet. Yeah. You've melted his stone cold heart.
Oh. You guys, one thing I will say, and I won't detract from, the material any further than this, but I told myself that, I wouldn't cry, and I cried during the wedding, so I did not see that happening. I was like, oh my god, no.
Well, it happens.
Yeah.
crying is allowed in weddings. It's not
True.
baseball.
There's no crying in baseball.
Hmm. Well, um, where were? Oh yeah, and the town is a hive of scum and villainy too. Full of drunk people and all that. And there's Will, who sometimes is too dumb to live. Um, decides,
True.
well, it's like I'll heal you, so that in exchange for food and lodging. And of course, we know that he uses the medicine. The
Yeah.
and then she's like, "How'd you do it?" He says, "I'm a healer. Remember, I learned all this stuff." And then she's like, "Oh my gosh."
He basically used acupuncture
Yeah.
on
And
her
then
knee.
yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. And then this is also where he's stupid. She's like, "How'd you do it?" And he said, "Magic." And I'm sorry, and it was to Amber he was telling. It's like, "Yeah, I learned that stuff, and it's not going to last." And it's like, you just told this gal it was magic. And then he started to go, "Well, it wasn't really magic, but too late, you dumbass."
See, I thought at first he was joking, but I'm like, okay. Well, why did you say that? That was kind of dumb.
Oh,
Yeah. If someone keeps running around saying they can do magic, they're dumbasses.
Yeah.
yeah.
Except Al-Anon.
Yeah. Unless, don't write a check that your ass can't cash. Hi, Roger. I don't know if I caught you earlier. Hello. Thank you for being here. Have a great day. And of course, I forgot to, our polar bear is here too. Oh, he said, "I would like to," Consider Purpose says, "I would like to thank myself for breakfast this morning, but I refuse to refer myself as my sexy self." Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And so the chick then starts telling everybody, "Hey, free things on the house. This magic dude just saved my leg and all that." And then at this point he realizes all the attention he's drawn to himself. And of course, sometimes it doesn't even have to be demon attention, as we learned, because there's some dumbass drunk people that are like, "Let's go in and rob him," and breaks down the door.
Yeah, basically they wake up in the middle of the night, someone's trying to break in,
Yeah.
and they jump out the window, Amberly and Will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have another choice. It's like, well, good job, Will.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that they really wanted lodging and stuff, but I mean, he could have just, well, he didn't, he just could have been smarter about it.
Nothing wrong with saying, I've studied medicine for a little bit, so I know how to help you for a minute. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's not that hard.
Yeah. And they're like, the gold is worth the risk. So yeah, that's why they wanted to come and get him. So out, and then this pursuit I found to be very tense. I thought it was very well written as they're going through the town. And um they realize they have to backtrack because also they run across the demons, don't they? No.
No?
No, but
No.
they kind of make you think that for half a second, but no.
Okay, so yeah, so it wasn't the demons, but so they backtrack, and then Will gets injured, but not
He ran
majorly.
into something.
Yeah, like a dumbass. Well, not like a dumbass. I think that it would be pretty realistic.
It's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like in panic mode.
Yeah. And now that I think about it, things like that should happen more often. Where in movies, when people run around in the dark, they would like bump their heads and knock themselves out or all that. So just when you think all is lost, as he's passing out, he's feeling like some people like lift him up and wrap him in blankets and all that. And of course, I immediately went, because as I'm sitting here dying, I go, well, not literally dying. I in my Corona haze, I'm thinking, I want someone to lift me up and wrap me in blankets and place, let's see, wipe my face clean of blood. Well, I don't have any blood though. A damp cloth, and then they put a pillow under his head, like all at once. And I'm like, that sounds awesome. He's so good at writing cozy, even when you've gotten bonked on the head. And then he wakes up and realizes, hey, it's Glenn Close. And she goes, I told you we would meet again, Will. Um,
That's not
Yeah.
creepy at all.
That the gypsies are back, and it fits with the timeline.
yeah.
With the travel time, they would have spent about that much time getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not a
Really?
season 8 Game of Thrones time travel thing.
Nope.
Not insta travel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that because I always thought that chick was creepy.
Like I get the whole like lust factor, but that they're trying to portray here with her, but she's nothing but trouble. I just don't like her.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's very. I'll find you, Will. You can't get away from me, Will.
I love you.
Yeah. I won't be ignored, Will.
I
Here's your boiled
wrote
rabbit.
this. I wrote this poem about how I'm gonna smear you with my blood. Stuff like
wear-
that.
Okay.
I want to wear your skin like a leotard.
Yeah. Well, she's not that bad.
No.
Well,
she actually helped them last time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, as far as we know, she's not that bad. Jacob's defending her. He says, I kind of like her. She must be a narcissist.
Well, she's like Salma Hayek, so what's not to like?
There you go. So, anyways, so we go back then to the elves in their thing in chapter 35, where they're for 5 days the army of the elves and the legion fought their way back across the westland to Aberlin. Yeah, so even though they were off, they were fleeing, they were withdrawing, it doesn't mean that the demons just sat around and went, oh, okay, I guess we're just gonna let them just retreat. No, they were being attacked. And it talked also about Anders' fear. I mean, I would have lost my crap long before this at this point. But he said he decided he had to fight it alone within the silence of his mind, because he couldn't afford to give in to that fear. So
You didn't tweet about it.
Yeah.
no.
Didn't go on there. Demons are being mean. Can't
Yeah.
hang or can't even.
Yeah. Okay. Didn't put it on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah,
They've
and they immediately start fortifying Oberlin, basically
Yeah.
making a last stand kind of thing. But they have gotten reinforcements.
Yay! I was about to say the dwarves show up.
The same dwarven sappers that Alanon and Will met in the early chapters. Remember, Alanon spoke with them?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, they're the ones.
Hey.
See? Set up and pay off.
Nice.
They didn't send too many, though. They said there were more dwarves on the way. But dwarves don't ride horses, so it was gonna take a while.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
the Southlands said no, unless they're not attacked, then they're not gonna do anything.
Well, they
And I
sent
think-
like an additional 200 troops, right? But it wasn't enough to really.
No, that
make a
was
dent.
not the Southlands. That was from the Balinor era.
Oh, that's right. California.
They were sent after the Free Corps. So they basically got another symbolic, you're put on hold, little troop.
Mhm.
Still better than nothing, but
Yeah. Well, and we saw that, sometimes it's quantity, not quality, because
yeah,
look at what the free people did.
yeah. And the dwarven sappers are immediately starting to make traps in the pass
Hmm.
Yes.
to make the pass collapse onto the demons. Which, if it works, it'll buy them a hell of a lot of time and
Yeah.
kill off a lot of demons too.
I thought that was cool. That gave a lot of hope. And I like what was said at the Elven Council. That was really, really awesome. I was like, did not expect those reactions so quickly.
Yeah, they immediately accepted Ander.
Yeah. They're like, there's no one else we would rather have at this time. I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and then boom, Eventide has woken up.
Yay. Well, no, but I gotta. I want to point out just what Rennie had said about the when they accepted him. I was very that was one of the most moving parts of the this chunk of writing this week. I I don't know why I felt so moved, but it was just so cool when they did the little elven salute.
Yeah, that was very touching. I was like, oh, because, Ander was really nervous, and I was nervous for him because, especially after how Pendamin had treated him originally, and I'm like, oh boy, this could go either way. But I'm not, thinking it's going to be in his favor, and I was wrong. So
Yeah. Speaking of things that go either way, it's Matt Wilkins. Merry Christmas, lovely ladies. Suck on a lump of coal steak. Mm.
Well, that's
Yeah.
mean, sir.
Well, like I said, he gave us both ways. He gave something happy for us and awful for you.
Yeah, joke's on you. We don't use coal.
Oh, he didn't. He said to suck on it. Oh wait, I can't make comebacks for any of this, especially this week. But everyone's saying hi to Matt because everyone loves Matt except no, it's a love hate relationship.
Well, it's kind of like if a retarded child walks into the room, everyone's polite and saying hi.
Oh my gosh.
I think they're called special needs kids.
Mm-hmm. It's more like it's not Matt Wilkins, it's Doormat Wilkins.
Oh dear.
Matt, you don't have to take that. But oh my gosh, yeah. But yeah, I just was gonna say I just wanted to talk about how moved I was. I don't know. I don't know why I was moved. Maybe it's just something cool about
It's
Sarah.
because you're a woman.
What does that mean?
Women get moved. Emotions and stuff that guys don't get moved by. It's a thing.
Hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Fine.
They cry at weddings, guys don't.
I've seen guys cry at weddings.
I was gonna say I have seen men cry at weddings.
Gay men, yeah. Anyway. Carry on.
Might want to put out that disclaimer, Teresa.
Yeah, I was gonna say the views of the guests of Miss Martin Muses do not necessarily represent the views of Miss Martin Muses.
I'm a traditionalist. I'm old fashioned.
Yeah. Okay. Andrew. Oh yeah. There. Oh, and then the wing riders show up.
Yes, 3 of them.
Yeah. No, 5. I thought it was 5.
Oh, maybe it was 5.
Dude said there's only yeah, but that's okay. Yeah. Norwegian. Oh wait, Source Book says Norwegian is burning hobbits to heat their home. Oh my gosh.
Well, you have a lighter and a hobbit. It's cold.
Yeah. Oh no. Snail Messiah said guys that cry at weddings are called the groom and the guy who paid for it. Oh no, this is mean. Matt Wilkins says, I'll cry at Stig's wedding for the woman.
Hmm. Well, at least I'm going to marry a woman.
Oh, oh, wait a second.
Rennie left.
Yeah, she didn't want to be a part of you.
Yeah. She said, I can't believe Teresa used the same perfume I do. And she marched out.
Yeah. Well, no, Matt's wife is amazing.
I know. I was having a go at him.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be factual when you're insulting people.
Okay.
And he started it with a coal. Matt knows the rules.
Oh,
He's,
okay.
he's, he's fine with it. It's what guys do.
Oh, all right. I'm still in a Corona haze here, so all right. So now we've got our 5 winged riders, and Ender's told that his father is awake, and he rushes to him. Yay, Daddy!
Yeah, the wing riders are going to be vital because they can scout. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they can tell you exactly which way the demons are coming from.
Huh.
And there's only 2 entryways into the Arbalon area. So if all the demons are coming from one side, the defenders can just focus on that side. And they won't have to split up, their forces to
Okay.
guard 2 spots.
Okay, Rennie's here.
Hey,
Hello.
sorry about that. My device froze up, had to restart. So
Yeah, I'm
that was
wondering if Wilkins has read the Shannara books. I'm thinking he might have since it's Terry Brooks. Terry Brooks wrote a Star Wars book back in the day.
Oh, I do not know. Um, I think he has. I think he mentioned it, maybe, or I don't know. I don't remember. Remember, everything's going to be blamed on my illness.
Yeah.
Matt, you have been called to action. What say you, sir?
Yeah. Well, I already rebuked Steve, so, but I can't rebuke the way Matt rebukes.
That's a
He-
special
he's
relationship.
he's probably said it many times, but we tend to not pay attention when he's talking.
Oh no. Oh gosh. All right, the king lies in his. Oh yeah, and then Eventide. Sorry, sorry if I'm disjointed. We're going between hating Matt and talking about sad things, and then this is when Eventide learns about his son being dead.
Oh, yeah.
That was sad.
Or even time.
Yeah, it's like my boy, my boy.
And
Um,
he had lost the boy in the before the books had started too, and Amberly and Ander are the last left.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I guess Amberly's mom, but she's not. Um, it was his son that was married to her,
Yeah.
so she's not of his loins. Hopefully, I hope
Not
not.
of his line. This ain't a Targaryen story.
yeah.
Yep.
And then so after he finds out, and Manx is there.
Yeah, they basically leave him alone with Manx because they're running to, fetch people. So he's alone with Manx for a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it gets eerie.
yeah.
I like that line when he looks in Manx's eyes.
Yeah, he was seeing hatred in the eyes of an animal that had been faithful to him for years. seeing Banks as enemy that might do him harm. But he took it as it being something wrong with him, not that he was actually seeing something. But then finally, when they all do leave, he says, "Take Minx with you." So he doesn't want to be he he knows something's up with the dog and he doesn't want him around. Because usually when you're not feeling well, and I can say this, you want your animals next to you.
Yeah, you want to snuggle with your furry friends.
Yeah, and I know that I have other family that has a dog, and the dog really does cheer people up. But nope, he wanted him gone, and then he cries. He's like, Arion, it's my boy, and that's how the chapter ends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of happy joy in these chapters.
Hmm. Yeah.
But it's nice to know that you finally get a look into it and that, yes,
Hmm.
it's got to be the dog that the changeling is disguising himself as.
Yeah. So I'm glad that they're finally catching on, but of course, yay, though it's too late.
Yeah.
I think I don't know much more. Well, maybe he can do more damage. I don't know. Oh, sort of poop is an animal chimes in. I love snuggling with people. The people are the ones that seem to have problems with it. Well, yeah, polar bear. No, people probably get a little concerned if they're snuggling with a polar bear,
Yeah.
or when a polar bear wants to snuggle with you. Um. Okay, now I want to make sure I do this right so I don't screw up. Um. We're supposed to go up to finish with chapter 36. So we're on chapter 35. So we have one more chapter. Okay. Cuz and then we're going to go back to Glen Close and the gypsies. We're not supposed to call them gypsies, right? They're rovers.
Yeah, rovers.
Yeah.
They
Rovers.
they rove literally.
Yeah. The totally not gypsies.
Yes,
Yeah.
I keep picturing the Eritrea as the lady from the Hunchback movie by Disney,
Mhm.
kind of like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Though of course Disney destroyed it. Yeah. Well, he wakes up to Eritrea and he's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm saving you." And then she said, "Do you fear I might seek revenge because of your ill-conceived decision to leave me behind?" And I'm thinking, well, yeah. And she said, "Perhaps now, though, you would reconsider that decision. Is that possible?" And he goes, "Not in the least." It's like, but in any case. So they go and do that, and then where the hell am I? Okay. And she's so dismissive of Amberly.
Yeah.
If he's like, "You mean your sister?" But then again, I think she sees Amberly as a romantic rival. So of course, hell hath no fury, or all's fair in love and war. So they go ahead and then they talk the next day with Kefalo. And Kefalo wants the Elfstones will carry in exchange for the information that they need to find the next spot in the Bloodfire or something. And obviously, he's not going to give over the Elfstones. But he does say that they're on a special mission, and he lies what the mission is. He says, "Oh, is it Amberly that's supposed to be sick or someone?" He says they have to have a special root. Yeah, it will cure the elf's
Yeah,
granddaughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
yeah. Sickness in the royal house.
yeah. And says that. So he doesn't lie. Uh, because if you think of the granddaughter being the tree, uh, and he says, and they're going to receive a reward, so they make a negotiation where they'll get half the reward. And then he says, Will's saying no, half's too much, so he says a third. But still, even so, Will doesn't trust him. Well, duh, you shouldn't be. But and Cephalus says he doesn't know the location of the safe hole, but he will bring them to someone that knows. Now, of course, I think he might be completely full of shit, but
It's basically a situation where both parties think the other one's lying his ass off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Both are probably right.
Yeah. Hello, everyone coming in. Yes. And also, isn't there a creepy is there a Me Too moment? I thought there was a Me Too moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Where Etria plants a kiss on Will.
Well, she wanted to watch him put on clothes as well.
Yeah.
She's like, go ahead and get dressed and bathe. I'll be right here. He's like, no. Yeah. I'll do it on my own, but thank you.
No.
She probably touched him while he was unconscious.
Ooh.
Yeah.
She seems the type.
Yeah, you could be right. So gross.
Yeah. Yeah, they're talking. Yeah, back to the Fatal Attraction. Amberly needs to watch out for her pet rabbits.
Jacob Ironside said, did they make the Changeling and the Dagdamore a couple in the Shannara Chronicles show? Yes, I think they did, because the Changeling was female.
Oh boy.
Ew.
Yeah.
I'm assuming when she wasn't in dog form.
Yeah.
That's gross. So anyway, so we got Me Too. They know they don't trust each other, but also they don't have any choice, so they've got to go ahead and at least take this next step on their trip.
Yeah, they travel with the rovers and the wagons.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Okay.
And we are 67% done with the book.
Yay!
Sweet.
Yeah, this ends the party. We're gonna end on that. Not really a big, huge cliffhanger, but that's okay because that's how.
It actually ends like a TV show episode, though. You know, the wagons driving into the mist, and then and end credits.
You're right. Yeah, executive producer.
Zooms out, and then you see flying creatures above.
Mm-hmm. I agree. All right. Well, that is these chapters. And this is going to be the last book stream of the year because of New Year's and Christmas.
And, we haven't seen the Reaper in quite a while.
We haven't.
I imagine he's chasing after Will and Amberly. Slowly.
Yeah, he won't stop, and that's the target. You know, we were told that.
Yeah.
It's like a Terminator.
Yeah. And he keeps coming, you know.
Yeah.
That's what makes him so frightening and so difficult.
Yeah. And there's still a couple of more characters to be introduced.
Oh my. And we don't have much. Well, let's see. How many pages do we have left? We have 300. We're at 381. Oh, we have about 150, maybe more. Yeah, about 150. Okay. Yeah. But I think we can get through it in 2 or maybe 3 more sessions. But just because New Year's and Christmas is falling the way it does. I mean, obviously, Christmas Eve is going to be next Saturday. That's definitely out. And then same thing with New Year's Eve. So guess our first one will be the first Saturday of the new year, our first one of 2023. Our next, and that is January the 7th.
How many chapters are there? Because if we could
Um,
just split the amount in two, I don't know, would that work?
I think we might be able to. Maybe we could do it in 2 more sessions. Let me see. So, how many chapters are?
I
Okay.
mean, because we did 90 pages now,
Yeah.
and if it's 150 left, that would be what, 75 per session. That's certainly doable.
Yeah. Especially because we could get a lot read between here and Christmas. Um, I don't know.
Um, I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll talk about it. But yeah, I think, yeah, we can definitely get it done in 2 of them. Yeah. Oh, but Jacob's standing up for Etria. I feel sorry for Eritrea. She's basically a commodity in the culture, in in the community, in that culture. Yeah, she is. Sucks to be her.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have to be so creepy about it. Then again, unless she knows what she's doing, that's one way you get to a man's heart through his pants.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Well, uh, yeah, we can do this, and
2 more.
yeah, I think so.
All right. So in 2 more sessions, yay us. Um, Let me
Yeah,
see.
Jacob is asking exactly how many chapters we're reading.
All right. Yeah.
I'm
Let me.
guessing we should let them know though, because they're reading
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah. No. No.
Yeah,
That's
that would
only
be
fair.
fair.
That's what I'm flipping through here, Steve. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We have chapter 37. So we're gonna start with chapter 37, and let's read. Yeah. And by the way, Jacob, I think it's awesome you're reading along with us because I mean it really helps, especially.
Yeah, and when people watching are reading with us, it adds so much to the streams.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. Because we're just a bunch of Egypts. Okay, I'll speak for myself, but you know what I mean. But you all, coming in and
No, I agree. It's nice to have other insights, or perspectives that, maybe, you haven't thought of yourself. I mean, I appreciate it.
yeah, yep. Damn it, why are these in friggin' Roman numerals? Okay, 30, 37, 38, 39. Oh yeah, because 38 is really short. 39, 40. 40 is XL. 41. Okay, now that I know what that means. 44. Let's see, how many pages is that? Let's go up to 45. Okay, if we read from 37 to 35, if we finish 35,
45.
You mean 45?
I meant 45. Yeah, it would be from pages 380 to 408. So we're looking at 100 pages if we want to do that next.
That's fine with me. I mean, we have a couple weeks. So that's chapters 37 to 45, but including 45 as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you want to stop at 40. Because, like I said, if I'm looking at the end, the final chapter, that would give us about 80 pages for 1 week. That might work. What do you say?
Yeah, what works for you guys? Because that sounds good to me. Whatever you
Well,
guys can do.
if we do through 44,
Mhm.
we'll have done 80 pages,
Oh, that'll work.
which leaves 70 for the final thing.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
let's
down.
do that. Okay, so we're going to read from pages 37 to 34, 44, 37 to 44. And after 44, we're going to stop.
Yep.
Okay, there we are. Oh, thank you for writing it out, Rennie. There we are. I'm a visual gal too. So that's what we're going to do. Extra large. Thank you, Timon.
So basically, as much as we covered today.
Yeah.
I
Alrighty.
think book 3 is a bit shorter than this one. So book 3 we'll breeze past that one, I think.
Yay.
And that one is good.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. And then
you guys will have a bunch of favorites in that one.
Oh boy. So that means they're all going to die?
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah,
No,
because
it's
they
just
always die when I like something.
he ups the awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, sorry, I'm not I just don't feel too perky right now. So but I do want to thank everyone in the chat. We have Apex, we had Jacob, sort of Poopus with his Roman numerals. We had Matt Wilkins, we had Sean Sue, the bacon guy, but he changed his name. Snail Messiah. Timon, yes, of course, Timon. Timon was with us the whole time. Thank you very much, Timon. Let me see. I'm just scrolling. As we had Timon and we had Tyron. Yes, the Mr. Rennie, and yeah. Let's see. If I missed anyone, I sincerely apologize. Oh, Keck44 was here, as well as Keely Chow and Ryan Roger Athy, Zax. I want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And as always, if I missed anyone, I sincerely apologize. Here is hoping that France kicks Argentina's ass tomorrow because, Argentina. They
Sorry, my internet started.
Argentina losing would be like Germany losing twice.
Oh no!
Oh dang!
Oh, Jacob Ironside has started reading the first Wheel of Time book.
Yay!
You are in for a treat, sir. That series is magnificent.
Yay! Excellent. Yeah, and as Rennie says, best chap on YouTube, guys are amazing. I agree. I'm very humbled that you all have been following these journeys with us, and like I said, contributing so much to this chat. It would be nothing without you. And of course my panelists. Timon Flip says, may the meteor hit us all. Okay, I'll toast to that. Goodbye, Merry Christmas, y'all. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, spelled with G and U. Well, I hope Santa brings you lots of baby seals, sort of Poopus, out on your iceberg, and maybe you get to see the Northern Lights a few times. Stig, I don't think you're... Oh, wait, you are going to be somewhere. Tell us where you're going to be.
Oh, yes. I have one last stream left of the year. Mara and I are doing a top 10 next week. Last top 10 of the year. It's on Monday or Tuesday. I don't know.
Okay.
It's at 8 p.m. Central. Eastern.
Eastern.
Sorry.
7 p.m. Central. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah.
That's it.
We're doing a top 10.
Yeah, unless, sometimes, if I get to feeling better, I'll do some more musings, and every now and then some of my gang will pop up. So
yeah, sometimes I'll pop on a stream or something. But
oh,
okay, I won't.
Oh dear, and that's your favorite cat too, Stig.
Oh, I could tell.
Yeah,
she's feisty.
Yeah, she's. I tried to get her to move. She wasn't.
She is like the changeling.
Oh gosh, great. Oh no, that's not what I need, because she's been by my side this whole time. But yes, what Steve was saying, yeah, because sometimes we'll pop on, talk about football or whatever. Or I went through a series where we talked about all sorts of psychopaths. It was hard because
Yeah.
we weren't allowed to mention names, but well, except unless they were public. So there's a lot of Meghan Markle bashing.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I just made Sword Poop is hungry with that cat incident. Yeah, okay, so you might see him here or elsewhere, and Mara, and well, I just want to I just want a negative test. That's all I want for Christmas. I want a negative test by Tuesday. Shansu says, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, also Happy Hanukkah, and many other festivities people may be celebrating, of course. Yep. How about you, Rennie?
What's going on with me? I don't really think much of anything this weekend. So, other than going to have some fun with the new hubby in a little bit. So, yeah, enjoying being a newlywed.
Mm-hmm. Yay. Wait. He said, I'm a polar bear, not a musician?
A Melmatian?
Oh, a Melmatian.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
like Alf.
Oh, Melmac. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm like, what?
I'm like, what? Okay.
Yeah. They eat cats.
That's right. Good call.
I can do pop culture references.
Well, I didn't catch it, so there you go. Well, they like to eat. A lot of the animals like to eat cats. That's why mine have to be indoor. Well, actually, also because of cars.
Yeah, cats aren't smart when it comes to crossing the street.
No. It's like, where's the big thing that'll run over and kill me? Okay, let me jump in front of it.
Yeah, let me run right towards it. Wait, what?
Yeah. All right. Well, as I said, Happy New Year, all that jazz, and you'll be seeing me around. I was able to get a Gandalf thing recorded
Ooh.
for Letter of J.R. Tolkien before I got sick, but it's been very slow editing because I don't feel good. So you might see that this week too, and beyond that, I guess Godspeed. And yeah, you don't want hawks. Outdoor cats not a good idea. Nope. Coyotes
Yeah.
too. They like cats are a coyote snack. And of course, if you live in Florida, they're gator snacks.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to fuck with that. Alrighty, well, have a great day. Have a great rest of the year, and be certain.
Don't eat yellow snow.
It's good advice.
Yeah. Okay. I can't argue with that. All right. Bye.
It's not